irrigation, there's no way it's ready.
Right.
But even another or dry land field is still too wet too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I still got some, I can still see some green out in there.
Oh,
but
well.
I just.
Y'all are on mute. Just
This year,
there you
I
go.
just got done talking to my buddy south of Abilene, 15 miles, and he said, Saturday on 100 acres of beans already. He said, I picked my corn. He said, I don't always have.
All right. I'm not sure where Nathan is.
Go ahead and start.
Can we, are we legal with this maybe?
Yeah, the other corn. Phase 3.
Takes, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and get started. It's a little bit after 7:30 here. Open up the monthly meeting of the Raleigh County Planning Board and Board of Zoning Appeals. First thing this evening, we'll have Diane read the
Rules.
rules of the meeting, so.
The Riley County Planning Board, Board of Zoning Appeals rules for public comment sessions. The following applies to all meetings of the Riley County Planning Board, Board of Zoning Appeals. 1, public comments shall be limited to no more than 5 minutes for each speaker. The time limit does not include questions asked by board members. The chairman reserves the right to extend speaker time should the situation warrant doing so. 2, all comments should be directed to the board. 3, all speakers must go to the podium to make comments, stating their full name and address before beginning. 4, public comment shall be made only during the designated time on the agenda at any public meeting. Public comments are out of order if made outside of the designated time on the agenda of the public meeting and without the speaker having first been recognized by the chair. 5, remarks of individual speakers shall not be simply repetitive of identical comments made by prior speakers. 6, verbal and visual personal attacks on private citizens, staff, or board members shall not be allowed. Speakers who violate any one or more of these rules will be asked to end their comments, and speakers or non-speakers who attend the meeting whose conduct disrupts the orderly and dignified content of any public meeting at any time will be asked by the chair to lead such meeting.
Thank you, Diane. At this time, as we do each month, we're going to open up to public comment. Public comment is anything besides what we're talking about this evening. If you'd like to, you can go up to the podium. If not, that's fine. I guess we'll move on to our consent agenda for this evening. To approve the minutes of the August 14th meeting. Does any board members have any questions about the minutes of the August 14th meeting?
The only thing I noticed is that my name got misspelled
Okay,
under members present.
Oh,
and also underneath staff present, Lisa, you wasn't here.
I know. I was
Last
wondering,
month.
I caught it out.
Yep. So I did catch that right away. So otherwise, I didn't see anything else on the minutes. Or Diane, you anything?
Nope.
All right. At this time, do I have a motion to approve the minutes as corrected for the month of August?
I'll move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the August 14th meetings minutes. All those in favor say aye. Aye. 3-0. Motion carried. We'll move on to consider the report of fees for the month of August. Joe, you got any?
The only thing I noticed is that they approved their fire station.
Yep. Diane, you got any?
No, I noticed the fire station too, and I thought, they don't have to pay anything.
I do have one at the very top up there, the first one. Why was there no fees for the first one? And it's a residential single family dwelling. The Matt Krubel.
This
He has a ag exemption.
this is.
Okay, because it didn't say ag or anything on there, it just said, I guess that's why I'm asked. Okay, so that is an ag exemption.
Yes,
Let's see, that was done earlier this year, right? Okay.
yeah, he was denied the first time
Yeah.
and he came back
Yep.
and, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right. If no other comments, do I have a motion to consider the report of fees for the month of August?
Mr. Chairman, I so move.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we consider the report of fees for the month of August. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carried. At this time, we do not have any agenda items for the Raleigh County Planning, the Raleigh County Board of Zoning Appeals. Do I have a motion to adjourn the Raleigh County Planning Board and Board of Zoning Appeals due to no agenda items and items of the Board of Zoning Appeals and reconvene as the Raleigh County Planning Board?
I so move.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
3-0. All right. We will move into the Raleigh County Planning Board. Bob, can you start with the first one? And that is petition 23-045, Barry R. Wilkerson, applicant. So, okay. Well,
Okay, good evening, folks.
good evening.
On behalf of himself and Mason and Alicia Slagle, Barry Wilkerson has made application to Raleigh County Planning and Development requesting to replat lots 11, 12, and 13 of Vista Acres into 2 lots. There is no request or requirement to rezone the property at this time. The subject site is generally located at the northeast corner of the intersection of Canyon Road and Tuttle Cove Road. The subject property was platted as lots 11, 12, and 13 of Vista Acres in August of 1960. Lots 11 and 12 are owned by Mr. Wilkerson. while lot 13 is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Schlegel. The property has been zoned residential since it was zoned A1 single family residential as part of the zoning conversion process in 1974. Currently zoned SF2 single family residential. There are no variances, conditional uses, or special uses associated with the property. Raleigh County Fire District Number 1 will continue to serve the site. The nearest county fire station is the Tuttle Creek Fire, located at 4120 Highway 13. The subject site is located within 5 road miles of the fire station. So this is the final plat illustrating the current and proposed configuration. There are currently 3 lots. With lots 11 and 13 developed with single family homes. Lots 11 and 12 are developed as an ownership lot. The property owners wish to adjust the boundary line between lots 12 and 13 to enlarge the lot 13. However, the result would make lot 12 too small to meet the size requirements of the sanitary code for an undeveloped lot. Thus, the applicant has decided to combine the remainder of lot 12 with lot 11 to create a single lot, while also vacating the utility easement running along the common property line of lots 11 and 12. And so this is the result. Although the proposed replat increases the size of current lot 13, the increase still doesn't quite meet the 1.4 acre area requirement of the sanitary code for a lot with an on-site system and rural water. Still, it is an improvement over the existing situation. So staff recommends that the planning board approve the request to replat lots 11, 12, and 13 of Vista Acres into 2 lots to be known as Vista Acres number 5, as it has been determined that it meets the requirements of the Raleigh County Land Development Regulations. If you have any questions for me, I would be glad to field those at this time.
Diane,
I have no questions. This sounds like it's a no-brainer.
Joe, you know,
I got no problem with this.
I don't either. So,
That's good.
all right, okay. At this time, would the applicant like to come to the podium if they so choose? If they have anything they'd like to mention?
I'm Barry Wilkerson. Mason Schlegel's here with me as well, and we certainly want to thank the planning board for taking this up. We appreciate it. We think that this will work for him, work for me, and so this is how it's supposed to work. And so we really do. We appreciate you taking the time and approving this adjustment. So thank you.
We appreciate you all to working things out and making it very feasible out there. Because there's so many lots that we have to we combine lots out there all the time, it seems like, and stuff. And this is very ample. Appreciate it.
Thank you. He's getting there. So
Good.
thank you.
All right, at this time, is there any proponents within 1,000 feet that would like to say anything? If not, is there any opponents within 1,000 feet that would like to say? All right, if not, do I have a motion to close the public hearing and go into our deliberation mode?
I'm going to be close public hearing in deliberation mode.
A second.
It's been moved and seconded that we close the public hearing and go into our deliberation mode. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, 3-0. All right. I know how you feel, Diane.
Yeah, I was gonna say that,
Yeah.
this, it,
Just good
It's good.
housekeeping.
it's very good housekeeping.
I'll agree. Please.
Okay. Do I have a
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move
Diane?
that we, I'll get the names here. Approve, or
Yep, that's
just a
right.
minute. Approve the request to replat lots 11, 12, and 13 of Vista Acres into 2 lots to be known as Vista Acres Spot Number 5, as it has been determined that it meets the requirements of the Riley County Land Development Regulations.
So now second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the request to replat lots 11, 12, 13 of Vista Acres into 2 lots to be known as Vista Acres number 5 that has been determined to meet meet the requirements of the Raleigh County Land Development Regulations. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carried 3-0. Good luck. Yes.
One more thing, and we need to,
Yep.
let everyone know. The Board of County Commissioners will also review this request September 21st at 10:30 a.m. in these chambers.
All right.
I'll have for that one.
Okay, we'll move on to our second item this evening. Petition 23-046, David J. Alexander. Bob, take it away.
Let's bring this one out. Okay. Okay, once again, good evening, folks. Representing the David J. Alexander Trust. David Alexander has made an application with Riley County Planning and Development requesting to replat lots 1 through 5 and 9 through 12 of Block 9 Lakeside Heights into 1 lot. As mentioned in your staff reports, the applicant is requested to combine the aforementioned contiguous lots into a single lot in order to place a private solar array on his property to serve his home. Solar arrays panels are considered accessory structures and which must be located on the same lot as the principal structure, his home. And consequently, the lot on which his home is located is too small to provide enough space for the accessory structures, thus creating the need to replat the lots into 1. There's no request or requirement to rezone the property at this time. So the subject site is generally located approximately 300 feet northeast of the intersection of Lakeside Drive and Chris Court on the east side of Lakeside Drive. This is in the southeast corner of Lakeside Heights subdivision. The subject property was platted as lots 1 through 5 and 9 through 12, block 9 of Lakeside Heights subdivision in June of 1962. Building permit was issued February 1964 for the residents currently occupying the site. A building permit was later issued for the detached garage in May of 1998. The property has been zoned residential since it was zoned A3, single family residential, as part of the zoning conversion process of 1974. There are no variances, conditional uses, or special uses associated with the property. Riley County Fire District Number 1 will continue to serve the site. The nearest county fire station is University Park Fire Station, located at 7412 Red Glen Drive. The subject site is located within 5 road miles of the fire station. The roads, by the way, are paved. So, okay, so this is the final plat illustrating the result of the combined lots and the new lots boundaries. The lot is currently served by an on-site well, a water well, septic sewer system, and as there are no central systems in the area. The existing driveway accesses Chris Court, and no new entrances are being proposed with this request. This is just a few pics of the site. This is standing at the intersection of Lakeside Drive and Chris Court, looking northeast down Lakeside Drive. The applicant's garage is visible from this vantage point. That's the garage right here. House is behind it. And off to the right, as I turn to my right, you can see the driveway accessing Chris Court. It's clearly visible. And again, this is crossing all those platted lots that you saw earlier on the replat. There's the, looking directly down the driveway from Chris Court. And this is kind of going around Chris Court, looking north, you can see that the driveway on the left side of the photo is visible in front of the garage here. And this is the outdoor barbecue area. And a little bit of a closer shot of that, so you can kind of see the outdoor barbecue, the garage and the home. And then this is the fairly the north central portion of the lot, if you will, in this area. Staff recommends that the planning board approve the final plat of Lakeside Heights Unit 7, as it has been determined that it meets the minimum requirements of the Riley County Land Development Regulations and the Sanitary Code. If you have any questions about the plat itself, I can field those for you.
So you said the reason they're doing this is because they want to put in solar arrays, solar panels.
It's a single array.
Oh, single, okay.
That will serve that one house.
Okay, just one, so it's not multiple.
It's not several.
No.
Okay.
That's what.
I want to go up to the plat map here. I'll get that to cooperate. There's an existing utility easement that runs along the length of this. As you may imagine, it was in the rear of all these lots as they butted up against each other. That is actually being used. But the entrance or where the easement is and where the utilities are needed to be shifted over. So that was adjusted with this plat. This portion, of course, just this, when you adjust, you just don't move it over. You reestablish and then you vacate the portion that you're no longer using. That's what's happening here. And but from this point northeast, that is remaining. And this is another easement that was running along the lots 1 and 2 that is no longer necessary. That too will be vacated with this plat. Again, here's the existing house. Here's that barbecue area that I was shooting across here, and there's the existing garage.
So what easement are they, utility easement are they using then?
This one right here.
That comes clear down to that corner, that round corner?
This and then right here.
Okay,
So you can see where it was here by the original plat, but the actual utilities are over here.
okay, they shifted over a little bit.
They
Okay.
just move the utility easement over the utilities.
Yeah, yeah.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and then where do they want to put the,
That's something you don't have to ask David.
okay. And what direction is what? North is the house?
Yeah, see this right here?
Okay,
North is
sorry,
straight up.
sorry, didn't look. Okay,
And so there's the house. You can see where as a platted lot line right here and here. There's not a whole lot of room there. The other thing too, this also corrects a problem as far as the sanitary code with this system going over lot lines. That's
Oh,
another
sure.
thing the replat takes
So
care of.
they're just lots of good housekeeping.
Yes,
But from your picture, that whole area, that to have those small lots.
yeah, and
That's just, I mean, and we've dealt with this at the University Park area before. It's
yeah.
just all these really tiny little lots. Why didn't they just have big ones and be done with it? So,
You would think that somewhere along the line, they were thinking, there's gonna be a central sewer system here,
yeah.
but nope. So it makes you wonder what they were thinking when they did this.
All right, at this time, would the applicant care to step forward and make any comments or? And I think Diane has one question and go from there.
Thank you. My name is David Alexander, 10713 Lakeside Drive, Manhattan. Thank you for being here, for taking this up tonight. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a long, long time. Been acquiring those postage stamp lots for a while, and just so we can spread out a bit. Bob was very helpful. I wanted to thank him personally. He's been very helpful in this process. Your question about where the solar array would go. Can I use this mouse here?
Sure.
this side of the garage, I don't know if we can go back, I don't know how to go back to the plat, but it facing straight south at that side.
Okay,
There you go. Thank you. So the plan was to put it here, and this I think was lot 3,
yeah.
and it's a 48-foot long array.
Oh, that's,
And then it would back serve these structures here.
okay.
I guess the reason I was wanting to ask that question is there any chance, are there any houses located anywhere else that people would complain about a light reflection off of that?
There's nothing, I wanted an optimal placement for the sun.
Right,
And in
right.
fact, this whole area was full of cedars. I took out 54 cedars to improve the sunlight here.
Thank you, sir.
The closest neighbor, I have a neighbor over here, there'd be no light reflection at
Okay.
all. There's one right here.
Okay,
They won't see it. And then the other one, there are weekend warriors, we call them. They only show up on the holidays. They're a little house over on this section here.
okay,
I
that's,
didn't think there was, it didn't look like there was hardly anybody around you.
that's
so.
kind of what I thought too, but I
Yeah.
didn't know.
I wish they were around enough to keep the place up better, but
Yeah.
Okay, that answers my
Joe, you
question.
got anything?
Hey, this is wonderful, really does.
I'm
Like it.
good, so. Thank you.
you bet. Thank you.
Seeing that there's no other audience, I guess we'll kind of forego the rest of the public hearing, I guess. So at this time, do I have a
Oh, we
motion?
need to close the public hearing.
I know.
Oh,
At
okay.
this time, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I move we close the public hearing.
No, second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we'll close our public hearing and go into our deliberation mode. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, motion carried 3-0. All right. So, Joe?
Like I said, looks great. I like this. Yep.
Yeah.
Did too. Well, yep, looks, yeah, I'm glad they cleared out 54 feet.
Yes.
That's just less problem the fire department will have someday. All right, so do I have a motion for the
Yeah.
plat?
I'll move to approve the request to replat lots 1 through 5 and 9 through 12, block 9, Lakeside Heights into one lot to be known as Lakeside Heights Unit 7, as it has been determined that it meets the requirements of the Riley County Land Development Regulations.
I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request to replat lots 1 through 5, 9 through 12, and block 9, Lakeside Heights into one lot known as Lakeside Heights number 7, as it is determined that it meets the requirements of the Raleigh County Land Development Regulations. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion carried 3-0. Thank you. Good luck.
Okay, once again, the
Yes.
Board of County Commissioners will hear this request September 21st at 10:45 in this room. Okay. And by the way, folks, we have a couple Mylars out here for you to sign.
Okay.
They're easier, that's all I have.
It looks like, there's not any other, items on the agenda for this evening. At this time, would I have
Oh, wait a
Motion.
minute before you move
Yes.
to adjourn.
yes,
We do not have any agenda items on for the October meeting.
Good.
And so, we just were curious if you would like to go ahead and cancel the meeting. I, of course, will send reminders that the meeting's canceled. It would have normally been the third Monday in
just
October
Columbus.
because of training day on Columbus Day. So, but to let you guys know now, that we don't have any agenda items. That would be
Yeah, I would move that we,
close or cancel. that.
cancel the October meeting.
You need to vote on that?
Do we don't need to vote.
No,
No, okay, good.
All right, yeah, okay,
We could, real quick.
yes, that'd be good.
Unanimous.
Is there any other,
that was it.
okay, Do I have a motion for adjourn the Raleigh County? Bob has.
No, I was just gonna pound on the microphone, make noise.
You're disrupting the motion.
He did agree to cancel the.
Yes,
October meeting.
yes, fantastic. Yeah. Do I have a motion?
I move that we adjourn.
And I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We adjourn the Raleigh County Planning Board meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
All right.
All right, boy, that's.
That's almost.
I like that. That is better than the last time when we thought we was gonna have a slam dunk.
Yeah.
My wife said, so is it gonna be short tonight? And I said, yeah. She said, you said that last time and you